Hi everyone, it's Anet from Couture Creations, and today I'm product featuring the new Couture Creations Twin Tip Alcohol Ink Markers. Couture Creations Twin Tip Alcohol Ink Markers are an affordable, superior quality alcohol marker system. It produces beautifully smooth and effortlessly blended colors. When using alcohol markers, it is important to use a bleed-proof cardstock for blending. Otherwise, the ink dispenses through the fibers of the paper very quickly. It will be hard to blend, uses up your ink very quickly. Blending markers like Couture Creations Twin Tip Alcohol Ink Markers dispense juicy ink in a neat cardstock that is thick enough to resist bleeding. Markers tend to bleed through paper, which is why it is recommended having a scratch paper underneath the surface you are working on to protect your work area. There is no need for this if you're using the Couture Creations glass mat. It is easy to clean and reuse. Couture Creations is having blending card of 10 sheets in a packet, and it's 250 grams. You also get photographic alpine white smooth cardstock. That's also good for coloring with the Couture Creations Twin Tip Alcohol Ink Markers, and it won't bleed. It is important to make sure you are using the right brand of stamping ink, so it does not react with the ink in your alcohol ink markers. It is incompatible when the stamping ink will start to bleed. It will smudge over your page and can ruin your markers. Couture Creations has these Stamp and Color outlined ink pads. They have a soft grey, a black, and also a light pink. When colouring with the Couture Creations Twin Tip Alcohol Ink Markers, there are two main types of blending used. You can either use circle blending or feather blending. Circle blending is colouring evenly in small circular motion to get an even blended look. Feather blending is using the side of the marker rather than the tip to create nice big broad strokes, lifting the wrist at the end of the stroke to get a soft finish. I'm going to show you the circle blending and the feather blending here. Now for the circle blending, you just color by using small circle motions. Now I'm going to show you the feather blending, and all that you do is you're using the side of the Couture Creations Twin Tip Alcohol Ink Marker and you're flicking. So you're lifting your wrist at the end and you're getting this nice strokes at the end. Couture Creations Twin Tip Alcohol Ink Markers work best while the ink is still wet. So give yourself enough time to complete your red color combinations, otherwise it will be hard to blend the colors. This is totally up to you if you want to color from light to dark or dark to light. You can achieve the same results either way. Coloring dark to light requires less blending and using less ink. If you color with darker colors first, it will be difficult to fix mistakes. And here's the difference between circle blending and feather blending. Now if you can see here, I have went out of the lines a little bit here. Now you can fix this by using your colorless blender of the Couture Creations Alcohol Ink Markers. And all that I'm doing is I'm just pushing it to the inside. And here you can see it's all gone. I'm now going to show you to color from dark to light. I'm using the 301. This is my darkest color. Now I'm going to use the 2727 and I'm going to go over the 301 first. And just making sure I'm blending it nicely and going a little bit further. Now I'm going to use the 279, and just where this previous color have ended, I'm just going over there, blending the line. And then going further into the highlight area. Now I'm going to show you how to color from light to dark. So first I'm going to use my lightest color, the 193, and I'm going to color the whole area first. I'm now going to use the darker color, the 188. Because we have layered the lighter color first, this will blend easier now. I'm now going to use the 220, and I'm just going to go over that first. Making sure I'm blending that line out. And then I'm just going a little bit further. I'm now once again going to use the 193. And first blend that line out. And going further into the highlight area. And here you can see the difference by coloring light to dark or dark to light. To color this beautiful Rosey Bouquet stamp, I'm going to stamp the Rosey Bouquet stamp with some Stamp and Color Outline ink pad. This one is called the Soft Grey from Couture Creations. And I'm going to stamp it on the Couture Creations blending card using the Couture Creations Precision Stamp Press. To clean the Rosey Bouquet stamp, I'm going to use the Couture Creations Stamp Scrubber with the Couture Creations Stamp Cleaner. I'm first going to color the rose of the Rosey Bouquet stamp. For my darker color, I'm going to use the 188. The 220. The 193. And the 206 for my lightest color. I'm going to color from dark to light, but this is totally up to you. You can achieve the same results either way. If you prefer to color from light to dark, it's totally up to you. I'm first going to use the 188. When coloring an image, the main thing we want to keep in mind to achieve depth is light source. Light source is when light rays come down from, example, the sun, and wherever the light hits first is the lightest, and where the light hits last is the darkest. And in between is the midtone. To help show distance between the objects and creating depth in the image, we start adding cast shadows, and this I'm going to achieve using the 188. So I'm first going to add some cast shadows. And I'm just lightly touch the marker onto the Couture Creations blending card. I'm now going to hold the Couture Creations Aqua Ink marker very close to the brush tip to achieve the following. I'm just making feather strokes. Just turning the blending card. Now I'm going to start blending with the 220, applying the 220 over the 188 to soften down and extend further out. And I'm using the side of the Couture Creations Aqua Ink marker. I'm now going to continue to blend with 193, where the 220 ended, and extend a little further out toward the highlight. To finish blending, I'm going to use 206, bringing it through the highlight area. The following step is totally up to you. You can repeat all the previous steps to increase the color depth and achieve a smooth blend between the colors. This is totally up to you. So once again, I'm going to use the 188. I'm now going to blend it out with the 220. I'm going to continue to blend with 193 and finishing with 206. The Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers just blend so effortlessly and smoothly. Go grab a cup of coffee or tea and watch me how I'm finishing coloring the other two roses. see how beautiful this Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers have blended. It's so smooth and effortless, and it's giving such beautiful depth as well. I'm now going to color the other roses in a yellow color. I'm going to start with 7565 and add some cast shadows. I'm now going to start blending with the 142. I'm going to continue blending with 106. And I'm going to finish blending with 120. And I'm going to repeat the previous steps, starting with 7565. I'm now going to blend with 142. I'm now going to continue blending with 106 and finish blending with 120. And now you can just watch me finishing with these other roses. To color these flowers in blue and yellow, and I'm first going to start with the centers, and I'm starting with 142, start blending with 106 and finish blending with 120. Now I'm going to repeat the steps, starting with 142, blending with 106 and finishing with 120. And now you can watch me doing all these centers of these flowers. Color these flowers blue, and I'm starting with 301 and doing some cast shadows. I'm now going to start blending with 286. I'm now going to continue blending with 2727 and finish blending with 279. Now I'm going to repeat all the previous steps, starting with 301, blending with 286, continue blending with 2727, and finish blending with 279. And now you can watch me finishing with all the other blue flowers. the butterflies. I'm first going to start with 279. I'm now going to use 319. I'm now going to repeat the previous steps, and I'm going to use 279. I'm now going to use 319. I'm now going to create some white dots here onto the butterflies with this white gel pen. I'm going to finish off with 006. I'm now going to color all the leaves, and I'm going to start with 371 and do some cast shadows. Now going to blend it with 377 and finish blending with 2288. I'm now going to repeat the steps and start with 371, blending with 377 and finish blending with 2288. And now you can watch me finishing with all the leaves. want to show you the difference when you're using the Stamp and Color Outline ink pad, the black, the soft grey and the light pink, and colouring with the Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers. When you stamp the stamps with the Stamp and Color Outline ink pad black and colour it with the Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers, you can see the difference. It's having a more darker stamp line, and if you're using the Stamp, Color and Outline ink pad and stamp the stamp and then colour it with the Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers, you can see the difference between the black ink and the soft grey ink. This is a much softer look than the black stamp line you're achieving here. If you stamp with the Outline ink pad black or the Outline ink pad light pink, you're also getting this difference. It's so much softer stamp lines when you stamp with the light pink than you would stamp with the black ink. Here you can see the difference when you stamp with the different ink pads and colouring with your Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers. I hope I have inspired you to get these new Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers to create your own seamless controlled colour blending. The Couture Creations twin tip alcohol ink markers are the perfect addition to your craft stash this year and are now available from your local paper craft store. Please ask for it. Be sure to visit couturecreations.com.au for more information on all the new products from Couture Creations. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.